Game. It looks like the Iron Bowl is going to be a semifinal game too for that.
Yeah, first BCS standings out tomorrow. Auburn will show up well in that, and after church tomorrow, there'll be a lot of lunch debates on wishing the Iron Bowl was actually this week. The road to Atlanta could have the winner of Alabama-Auburn against Missouri on a crazy, crazy day. Take a look at the highlights from this one inside Bryant-Denny. The Alabama offensive line starting to come together, a little chemistry. 532 yards of offense tonight against a pretty bad Arkansas team.
I think we finally hit that time around the season like a couple weeks ago where we finally met. So I love them, man. I love blocking for these guys. I block for them all day.
And I love history. Alabama hasn't shut out an SEC team in back-to-back years like they have Arkansas since 1973 and 74 against Mississippi State.
Alabama ends up getting the win.
I'm standing on the sideline right there, and A.J. comes over and he calls the play just like McElroy did with Upchurch back in the day. It was absolutely the same play call, and it worked exactly the same way it worked down at Jordan-Hare Stadium in just as clutch of a situation. Ugly at times, but a great win. Not my words. Nick Saban today after Alabama survives Texas A&M 49-42. A.J. McCarron, the KG veteran, 3 touchdowns in the first half to erase a 14-0 Aggie lead. A.J. McCarron with 334 passing yards. A.J. McCarron helps Alabama win today against Texas A&M in what was a heavyweight showdown. Welcome back live to Kyle Field. Jim Dunaway, Patrick Claybon. Mayweather and Canelo can't keep up with what the Aggies and the Tide did here today.
We saw several haymakers thrown by both teams, including the Rangers.
The sellout crowd at Bryant-Denny Stadium making their way home after #1 Alabama does what #1 Alabama does, and that's physically beat down rival LSU 38-17. Auburn fans making their way back from Knoxville. We'll hear from the victorious Auburn locker room in just a second, but we're back with you. Jim Dunaway, Patrick Claybon live outside the stadium. It's 12 minutes to go in the game, Patrick. It's tied 17-17, and then the Alabama running game that we've seen during this championship run looked like the Alabama running game we've seen through the championship run.
Oh, third and fourth quarter, T.J. Yeldon kind of remind us of third.
There you've heard from A.J., Kevin Norwood, Ed Stinson, Anthony Steen, Christian Jones, Cyrus Kwanjo, and of course Alabama coach Nick Saban live. Some final thoughts from Bryant-Denny Stadium when we come back on CBS 42. Stay with us. For a night here in Miami, Alabama got the best of Notre Dame, and for this period of history, the tradition-rich programs in college football, Alabama takes a back seat to nobody. Does this ever get old?
No, it doesn't. This feeling, I can live forever feeling like this.
Get a touchdown early on to score a touchdown in the national championship game. What did it mean for you?
Something I never felt before.
From the beginning, your defense set the tone. They never breathed early on.
Yeah, man, we just wanted to establish ourselves when we first came out.
And how about since Nick Saban arrived in Tuscaloosa, Tennessee has 7 touchdowns, not in 1 year, not in 2 years. 7 touchdowns, 7 years against Nick Saban. That's why Alabama's on a 7-game win streak over the Tennessee Volunteers. We're back in a moment on Inside College Football. Back on CBS 42, ICF post game. It's Chris Davis from Woodlawn, Alabama. It was like something out of the Canadian Football League. A missed 56-yard field goal that was about 5 yards short. Chris Davis wasn't short though. 109 yards later, Auburn is going to the SEC championship game with still hopes of playing for another national championship. They win it 34-28. You've already heard from Gus Malzahn live here on our post-game show. Nick Saban in a second. Jim Dunaway with Patrick Claybon and Lauren Sisler. Lauren, first off in the stat book, Alabama couldn't stop Auburn running the football tonight.
Unlike anything anywhere else in the country.
One of the greatest traditions in college football, midnight yell.
We got probably about 45,000 people here. This is incredible.
What a day down here at Auburn. They call it the Deep South's oldest rivalry. They've been playing it since the 1800s, but they've never had one like this. For those of us that grew up here, we know we're Southern by the grace of God, and there's no day better to say amen than a crystal blue sky day in Auburn, Alabama. Iron, the key booster to give industrial nations a leg up on their competition in the 19th century. Time passes, but winning with the strength of iron doesn't change. A drive to save a season and a championship born in Jordan-Hare blue crimson in Pasadena. A comeback for the ages in Tuscaloosa led to success on a desert night and a reason for a roll call at Toomer's. Back-to-back blowout, returning Iron Bowl winners to face and conquer ghosts from the past. Revenge in the dome and the tarnishing of a different dome. 4 national championships from 4 straight Iron Bowl winners. The pressure is white hot again. The survivor set sight on a date with Crystal. The Iron Bowl from the plains of Auburn on CBS 42 next. Let's take a look at last year's LSU-Auburn game at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Just not a whole lot of offense in this game last year. I promise you this game tonight, more points than you saw last year at Jordan-Hare Stadium, because Auburn's offense is better with Gus Malzahn running this thing, and LSU's offense is better this year. Zach Mettenberger's the real deal at quarterback. Here's Les Miles telling you what he sees with this Auburn team on tape.
I think they're as talented as the other.
Big win over Tennessee for you, man, the last one. Tell me about the emotions.
You really can't explain it. We talked about it before the game.
We walk and talk.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about the opening kickoff. It seems like it set the tone for the day.
Yeah, guys blocked really well. They did a great job blocking scheme, and it was a great momentum stand for the opening game.
How much better is this team getting?
Getting better every day.
All right, man, thank you.